This episode is brought to you by regret and bad choices.
Are you ready?
Starting now?
Well, now you just messed it up, you knob. God, you know that the shit that we go through for this, huh?
I know. Fuckers better appreciate it. When we started, we were just like, yeah, we're just going to do this, man. You know, shoot our wad into the wind and see what happens. What's the title of this podcast again?
I don't know. Objects, I don't know. Something with a penis, I guess.
Right.
Our fucking faces are everywhere now.
Right.
You know, but
You're welcome, ladies.
Right. Popular with the ladies. Right. Oh, I'm not even going to apologize because hopefully it sounds fucking hilarious.
Yeah, totally. This is fucking explicit now.
The explicit button. Let me use my finger.
It is time for another episode of Sober, Not Mature. And that episode starts now.
All right, everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Sober, Not Mature. And I guess right off the bat, are we done with the danger moose and the cheese thing? Or are we going to try to carry that on?
No, I think it's ran its course.
It wore on its welcome in 1 week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were canceled.
Yeah, you know, so it's funny. I was
they
thinking
said
about
something inappropriate on the air and they got fired.
That's a great story. I should do that. I'll make up an AI meme and it's just that they were fucking canceled or some stupid shit.
Right.
Well, you know, the one thing I was kind of thinking about going in, I'm like, God, you know, I'm going to ask about it. Cause I'm like, I don't know. The AI thing made me laugh when I told AI exactly what to do. And it put that, did you see him put your fucking beard on there?
Yep.
And I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But so I posted a couple of things with it. It's like, nobody knocked down our email doors or our message doors or DM doors and said, we fucking love that. Keep that thing around.
Right.
So maybe that was, that was our attempt, boys and girls. If you know what it is, maybe that was our jump the shark moment. Brought in, danger moose and the cheese, and it just didn't work out. So I don't know. I got a laugh out of the AI stuff, and I think the whole concept was funny. So yeah, who knows? Maybe if things slow down a little bit at some point, we reserve the right.
Yes.
To bring them back at any
We've
time.
Already copywritten it, so yeah, exactly.
Well, and that's the fun part is that with anything like that, well, I suppose AI might be a little bit different, but anything that we do, and I learned this years ago, and I might have brought it up on here the one time, all of this stuff that we do, and I use the word intellectual very, very loosely.
Yes.
But everything that we do is considered our own intellectual property.
Right.
So there's an automatic copyright on it. So, I mean, if anyone used any of our stuff, I mean, not like somebody couldn't use the name Sober Not Mature. At this point, if anyone wants to try to use it and promote it, everything's going to point to us. So feel fucking free.
Yeah, right.
We've had a market on this and a corner on this Sober Not Mature shit for fucking 3.5 years.
Yep.
And still, it baffles the living fuck out of me that nobody ever thought of the name Sober Not Mature is in nothing else. Somebody will say, do you become more mature when you're sober? You'll see that in an article.
Right.
But not in the phrase.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck could we? I don't know. It just, every once in a while, the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. And it shined on these dogs' asses at that time frame.
Woof.
But yeah, exactly. But so anyhow, I mean, I suppose the AI stuff, but I don't know. I don't think anyone, and nobody can steal our shit anyhow if they want to. I don't know. I suppose we may know an attorney here or there. We know an attorney in Cleveland, and I'm sure he knows of somebody.
Right, exactly. We'll lawyer up on you motherfuckers.
Yeah, we do have connections in the legal area. So yeah, fucking try it. Unless you want to promote us, you can promote us all you want, but don't try to steal from us, motherfuckers. Okay, so before we really get into things, I have 3 items of news and announcements. You ready?
I guess.
First of all, our buddy Tony, 13 years sober as of Tuesday.
Yep.
And for anyone who, and you should go back and listen to his episode because it was good. I looked it up
Mhm.
actually. Episode 49, that fucking
Wow.
long ago. I know. When I looked it up, I'm like, really? But his episode is still, it still runs in our top 10 of the most played.
Cool.
Good friend of ours, obviously. But the main thing is, Mike, remind everyone what Tony's plan was when he first tried to get sober.
Right, which is fantastic. Right.
Right.
Well, so you guys know his wife Angel, who was on the show, and she got an episode too. Anyway, they were running buddies, running hard, and she went. She said, "I can't do it anymore," as most of us do, and she went and locked herself up and got whatever. So she was going and starting to do the thing. And they had been around before and whatever. And, he was resentful as fuck. And he was like, okay, fine. He went through his stuff. And then he was like, all right. She was clearly serious about it. And he's like, all right, you're serious about this? I'll show you. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to work this program to the best of my ability to prove you motherfuckers wrong and get my wife back, right? Get his running buddy back. And he went in and he started working the program to the best of his ability. And 13 years later, he is sober, happy, joyous, and free.
It's the best fucking story. We've heard some good stories out there, but the funny part is that literally I did not know about that until within the first 6 months we were doing this. You brought it up on here, and I'm like, seriously? And then they were like, we got to get Tony on. We got to have him. And then so we got him on and made him tell the story too. But but yeah, I mean, the one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my entire sober life. Yeah, you motherfuckers, I got to show you. I'm gonna follow all the directions.
Yep.
And on this box of cake, and I'll bet it won't taste good and it's gonna look like hell. And 13 years later, he's got a beautiful cake.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's got a good life, good wife still. What did they just celebrated? What, 20 some years together? 26, 25?
Something like, long time.
Yeah, they've been together. I mean, for fucking ever. Shit, a buddy of mine from high school that was a really good friend of mine, and I don't know if he met his wife in college, but he just posted on Facebook today as their wedding anniversary. 33 years they've been married.
Wow.
And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Now, if Pam and I would have stayed together, that's my daughter's mom.
Right.
We got married in August of '88. So what the fuck? I mean, well, Kimmy is. What is Kimmy? 30? We would have been married like fucking 38 years now.
Yeah. Right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, would have.
Yeah. Right.
I wouldn't have the second marriage, wouldn't have my son, and all the playful things I've done without my. Okay, anyhow, back to this. Speaking of my second ex-wife,
yes,
today is her birthday. So happy birthday to Dawn. So back to Tony. Congratulations. Please listen to his episode number 49. I'm not going to tell you that my wife is, or ex-wife is 4 years younger than me, so I won't tell you how old she is. Figure it out. We talk about how old we are all the time. But happy birthday to her.
Absolutely.
And lastly, was given the green light by Kimmy because she let it go on Facebook.
Right.
I not that I did anything for this, but I get the opportunity to have another grandchild come into my life in March. So my daughter and son-in-law are having another baby. We found out back a little over a month or so ago, a couple of months. Well, a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
I found out to begin with when they were down here for Lollapalooza. And the cool part, and I got to tell this story because I think it was a lot of fun. So, I mean, you know how little kids are. If anyone out there, if you're around little kids, and I, for whatever reason, I've always done this. If they're wearing a shirt with anything on it, usually they're proud of it. Sometimes as they get to, I mean, my grandson is, 3.5 coming up on 4 years old. At that age, it's just, hey, look what's on my shirt type of thing.
Right.
Which he didn't do that. But I mean, I always look at what his shirt is. And I guess I never realized I did it. But Kimmy and Brian, my daughter and stepson, or son-in-law, knew that I would do that. So my grandson was wearing a shirt that said "Big Brother under construction." So he gets out of the car. I'm like, "What's on your shirt?" And I said, "Pull it down so I can see it." And he does. And I'm reading it, and my daughter is standing like right next to him, and I mean, my mouth is just kind of wide open. I'm like, "Really?" because the whole point, that the short story is they needed some medical assistance to get pregnant the first time. Not to
Right.
get into all their business, but
Mm-hmm.
they tried, and this happened naturally, which they never thought that it would.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, another boy. So it's going to be another
Mhm.
grandson.
Right.
That's coming in. And I think she's going to be induced last week of February. I think her due date is like March 3rd or something like that. Ollie's birthday is March 15th. And I'm like, boy,
Right.
you guys fucking tying that shit right to you. But yeah, so I mean, again, the only thing that I did was be a decent human being, so I get the pleasure of being around for another one of these little fucking rugrats running around. So
Very cool. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to everybody.
all the congratulations is on all the other sides of the table
That's
today.
exactly.
So yeah, those were my news and announcements. I got other shit, obviously, little bits and pieces, but I wanted to get that shit out of the way to begin with. Not that shit. That's the wrong way to put it.
Right.
Those items, those
Yes.
wonderful life items out of the way.
Yes. Absolutely. Celebrations.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what? I don't even know. I mean, and I'm going tomorrow to a baby shower. My stepson and his girlfriend are having a baby, so she's due in December. So not tomorrow, I'm sorry, on Sunday going. But I mean, the fucking babies and celebrations and, well, I mean,
Right.
God, you got engaged. I mean, got all this shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have nothing else to offer. Okay? Nothing. I'm kind of riding on coattails of people right now.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to provide children anymore. That was taken away by choice.
Oh, you fuckers brag about that thing, man.
I you know what? It's been perfectly fine. It's been lovely for the last 22 years or whatever. It's been no issue whatsoever, because I didn't want any more kids.
Right.
I mean, I never thought Dawn and I were going to get divorced, but we decided no more kids, and I did it because it was easy. And I've been able to shoot my wad into the wind with no consequences for
at least those consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
That certain consequence,
right? That specific consequence. I haven't had to worry about bearing children over the last 22 years, but
right.
But yeah, so I can't provide children for the podcast. No more. I can't do that, and
yeah, I just won't.
right. But I mean, I don't plan on getting engaged anytime soon, so I don't know. We're gonna have to rely on other people for these. Maybe these are our jump the shark moments, but I've got nothing more. I can't give anymore. Can't.
Right.
I can give myself and my voice. And
exactly.
My wonderful sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of whatever we have to give, how about somebody else's kind words and nice words?
All right. Well, yes, I have some words. I have I've got a couple of words actually. I've got two readings because yeah, right. Okay, so clearly we don't get political on this show.
Right.
But there's some fucked up shit going on in this world. And what is the motto of this show? Right. I mean, sort of unofficial, but kind of official is, making our little corner of the world a better place. So I found a couple of readings. Actually, they were both within this last week. And I was like, read one of them and went, then read the other one and went, So how appropriate.
Right.
Imagine that. So, yeah, I'm going to read them. Again, some fucked up shit going on in this world. And guess what, kids? There's solutions to our fucked up problems. We had some real fucked up problems a long time ago, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. And we found solutions to them. And guess what? Within that solution, there's solutions to other problems as well. So I'm just going to share this stuff with you. And, that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. The first. Right. And clearly, if you're listening to this week, you probably have figured out what the hell I'm talking about without me talking about it. So good. But anyway, so the first one is from the 24-hour book. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm going to read the first part of it, the thought of the day, because the rest of it gets, all 24-hour booky and doesn't really pertain to anything. So this is September 6th. AA thought for the day. Another of the mottos of AA is live and let live. This, of course, means tolerance of people who think differently than we do, whether they are in AA or outside of AA. We cannot afford the luxury of being intolerant or critical of other people, period. We do not try to impose our wills on those who differ from us, period. We are not holier than thou, quote unquote. We do not have all the answers. We are not better than other good people. I'm going to read that one again. We are not better than other good people. We live the best way we can, and we allow others to do likewise. Am I willing to live and let live? So that's from the 24-hour book. Like I said, the meditation and the prayer for the day go way the hell off topic into 24-hour of the day stuff. So
yeah, when you said that, I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. And you know what? I literally keyed in on this one too when I read it. So
yeah,
no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So that was a 24-hour book. I've noted. I'm not going to speak on it at this moment. I'm going to let the next reading get underway.
Right. This one is from Keep It Simple. This was today. Yeah, September 12th, right? Yeah, today. All right. More solutions. When angry, count to 10 before you speak. If very angry, 100. Some guy named Thomas Jefferson said that. Google him. Sometimes we just want to yell. Maybe a family member or friend messed up and we want to, quote unquote, set them straight. Start counting. Maybe we got chewed out at work and we want to, quote unquote, get even. Start counting. We can get drunk on anger. We may feel powerful when we, quote unquote, set someone straight. But like any other high, an anger high lasts only a short time and can hurt others. We must control our anger. This is why we count. Cool down. Think out what you need or want to say. Use words that you'll not be ashamed of later. Learning how to respect others when you're angry is a sign of recovery. Prayer for the day. Higher power, teach me to respect others when I'm angry. Action for the day. Today, when I feel angry, I'll count. I'll work at not controlling others with my anger.
Yeah, you know what? And I when I read that one today, I almost posted that one and I didn't. Actually, for a reason, and I'm glad you. First of all, and I mean, I'm glad you talked about that without talking about that because I mean, it's on everyone's mind, and we don't have to name the thing. We don't have to name. We don't have to put a name on the thing. You know, again, anyone looks back at history, even if this is 6 months or a year down the road, you can figure out what's the what. You know,
right?
And yesterday, for instance, I don't know if you noticed it. Maybe nobody did, but I posted a reading. I posted stuff about the podcast, and I posted sobriety shit. That's all I did. And it was purposeful because, there was obviously, 24 years ago, there was the thing that happened. And then, the other things that are going on this week.
Right.
And I'm like, the only thing I wanted to do was I keep thinking, I thought about, the whole being part of the solution rather than the problem. And I'm like, if all these people are dealing with some shit, everyone's got stuff in their mind about all this different stuff, okay, I'm just going to say this. Let's throw a little bit of our podcast is us. It's what we do. That is what it is. But then the other stuff, I'm like, I got memes I could post on any fucking day.
Right.
I'm gonna go back to what I did. I went back to what my roots are and what your roots are. Our roots. Hopefully, what people might be looking for, like you said, what. And I thought about that too. And I did. I posted, I think yesterday, one of the things for our podcast post that I did, I brought up the making our quarter of the world a better place. And I do that every once in a while because I like it. But I think I did it specifically yesterday. And it's funny that you brought that up because that's exactly what I thought about, I'm like in what we were talking about last week, we were talking about, or whatever it was, making a list of all the shit in the world and let's focus on this, focus on the good stuff. Why would we want to do that? I mean, again, I had a lot of thoughts on it, but the thing of it is I did not want to get involved in the bullshit that's out there in the world. Um,
Absolutely.
I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be part of I just didn't want to be part of the problem. So I'm
Yeah.
like, easiest way for me to not be part of the problem, as a podcast, or as I hate to say our brand, but it is what it is, is to just stick to our basics. And I
Yeah.
did that. I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Today I fucked around a little bit again, but yesterday there was a lot of weight out there, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
add to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Lighten shit up, man.
Right.
Right. I mean, the only thing I did, I posted and I know you saw it because you liked it. A Charles Bukowski quote, right. Who is notorious alcoholic. Well, not an alcoholic because he never went to a meeting. He was fucking drunk.
He's possibly untreated.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's dead, clearly.
Right.
But,
I said he was possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But also one of my absolute favorite writers, So, yeah, exactly. I'm still not jumping into the nonsense because I never do. I know better, thanks to this program. Again, the old me, that self that I'm supposed to be true to, would have jumped in with both feet because love that shit. Um, I've talked about when the riots were going on, right? When all the unrest and a few years ago in the cities, that Saturday they were fucking throwing bricks and shit downtown, which is literally a few miles away from my house. I was in my front yard planting flowers, for the neighbors to look at. Yeah. The old me would have been down there throwing bricks, not for any political or social reason, just because I like to fucking throw bricks.
What else you gonna do on a random Saturday?
Yeah, exactly.
Throw some fucking bricks.
Yeah, let's throw some bricks, man. Apparently, that's the thing to do that Saturday. But no, apparently, yeah, right. But thanks to this program, what I was doing was putting flowers in my front yard for my neighbors to look at.
Right.
Because that's what I'm fucking supposed to do these days. And that's what I continue to do. And that's why I did these readings today. Because I'm going to, hey, man, yes, there's problems. Guess what? There's solutions. And they're there. Yeah. And we're supposed to live better than that today. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and I like, obviously I like both of those readings, even on a good day.
Yeah, right.
Because they're a reminder that there's some, we talk about good days versus bad days, but there's some days that have some really fucking, not even just bad moments, are fucking horrible. They're beyond comprehension moments. And we get to have these reminders, and once again, 15 years of practice, I guess, if we want to put it that way.
Yep.
Of trying to again, we can't necessarily see the bright spot in these bad events that happen, but we don't have to be part of the problem. We can try to be part of the solution these days, and I don't know what that means on a daily basis, but I know what it means to be part of the problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as long as I know what not to do, I got a pretty goddamn good chance of even accidentally doing what I'm supposed to do.
Thank you.
I mean, really, it's just I've been given 12 suggestions to follow. I've been given a book, so have you. I've gone to some get-togethers, where people talk about these things and give us this guidance. But worst case scenario, like you always say, your thoughts are still all kinds of fucked up. So if nothing else, that's my baseline. I do know what not to do.
Yeah.
And I know I don't drink today. I don't try to treat people wrong. I try to make my little corner of the world a little bit better if I can, or at least not shit all over it.
Yes.
Maybe making our little corner of the world today is just not throwing feces all over the place,
adding to the pile of shit that's already there.
Well, there's already a pile of shit there. I might as well. No, you don't have. No. you don't have to do that.
No, you do not. Absolutely not. Yeah, you can go into your house and try to find some flower seeds and throw those on the pile of shit. See what happens.
Right. And you know what? The 24-hour book, some of the bullet points, I guess, if you want to put it, that I wrote down. Obviously, live and let live. Luxury.
Oof.
What the fuck? Luxury of being. Oh, we don't have the luxury of being intolerant, I think was the. I can't read my handwriting.
Right. I'm going to pull it back up because I like that one a lot. We
Yeah.
cannot afford the luxury of being intolerant or critical of other people.
There you go. Yeah, and I really like that. I just got that piece down before I wrote down. Not had to, but
Yeah.
not holier than thou, and not
Mhm.
better than any other. And I like that you repeated this one.
Yeah.
Not better than any other good people.
Right.
And that is. It's. I mean, we're not better than any other good people. There's good people
Good
out there, and
people.
we're not.
Right.
Yeah, good people.
Exactly. Right. I mean, it's qualifier. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit better than shitty people today, thankfully.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's fine. It doesn't make me wonderful. It's just a fact. I'm a little bit better than shitty people today, thanks to this program.
Right.
But other good people, other non-shitty people, I'm absolutely not better than. I'm not worse than either. So again, one of the wonderful gifts of this program. I'm not better and I'm not worse. I'm just the same, which is kind of a cool thing.
Well, and worst case scenario, the safest place for us to go with this not better than type of thing is we can say that we know for a fucking fact we are better than the people that we were.
Yes, exactly.
16 years ago.
Mhm.
That we can say, and nobody can say, no, you're not.
Right.
you can't take that. Oh, well, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there, people, that's my other baseline.
Yep.
But in the keep it simple part, angry and counting to 10. I mean, it's I don't know that I ever necessarily count to 10 or 100. I take a deep breath, take a minute, and
take a beat. Yeah, something.
Yeah. Well,
don't just let fly.
And that was my we've talked about this before, both you and I. Just kind of like shoot now and ask questions later. With our shoot our words out now.
Yeah.
And just like, well, I shouldn't have said that. Well, fuck you then. Sorry.
Right, but yeah, you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. You can't unring that bell. It's been rung. Yeah. And that again, and being lazy and all that, I don't want to do a 10 steps. God damn it! So, so I'm going to take that couple of seconds and go, wait a minute, what do I really want to do here? And then, do it in the kindest way possible. I'll still point out you're being an asshole, but
do it with a smile on your face.
Yeah, do it kindly and with love.
Well, and the thing of it is, and we've talked about this too, is that, taking a deep breath, thinking about what you're saying, or sometimes just, not saying anything, just maybe not agreeing with the individual, but change the subject. I mean, I've been in situations like that where, a conversation's getting fucking weird. This has happened since I've been sober, not with anyone of any substance, I don't think, around us, but, that you change the subject. Or whatever the case is. So I don't get involved in the conversation, or I change the conversation. And, seriously, technology is a fucking pain in the ass at the times, but, thank goodness for email. Thank goodness for text messages. Thank goodness that people can't see. I've got my phone. First of all, it's an Android. I think you might be able to see it on some programs, little typing bubbles. But I mean, I've got mine turned off anyhow. I've done that for years. So nobody sees any typing bubbles. Nobody sees what I'm thinking, and I can take my time and answer a text message. When you look at it, you're like, oh, well, this is fucked up. You blah, 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 this. I have opinions. Okay, I completely understand. It's the text message that goes out rather than all the tirade that I had going on in my head, because that goes back to, I just want to yell sometimes. And you know what is healed, quote unquote, as we are, or in the healing process, whatever the fuck you want to say. I said that jokingly, healed.
Yes, but I know.
Is as far along this process as we've been, and thankfully the things that we've learned, there's still, there's these things inside of us, these natural instincts that, I want to yell at something or yell at somebody, or, feel like I want to break some shit. I mean, I haven't broken some shit in a long time. But yeah, it's just, it is, I don't know, is that a natural instinct? I don't fucking know,
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure it is. Some sort of survival, hunting, lashing out, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But
Right.
again, hopefully we're above that. Um, and yeah, and like the reading and keep it simple said, yeah, it could be a drug, it could be a high,
Right.
and like any other high, it's short lived, and it's probably going to do some damage. So yeah, I know I can get fucked up and do the same thing, or I could be completely sober and cause damage too. Yeah. So, and again, that's just being dry, and I don't want to be dry. I want to be sober. So,
Right.
yeah, yes, it is a high. Getting angry, lashing out. Yes, I'm gonna fucking feel good if I tell you you're a piece of shit and you're wrong and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's gonna feel good. And then what? Same as any other substance. And then what?
Right.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to feel good for 20 minutes. Okay. And then what?
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the things I wrote down in there. Was in the keep it simple thing. Drunk on anger.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It is a high.
Yeah, no
It
doubt.
fires shit in your brain, man. Okay. And then what?
Right. Right.
Again, like the big book says, man, alcohol is just a symptom, which means all the other substances are just a symptom, and anger is just a symptom. What's the solution, man? I don't, again, feeling good. It's not that goddamn important today, thankfully.
Right. Right. Yeah, and you know what the thing of it is that these days, especially, I mean, even if I accidentally break something, drop something, spill
Mm.
something, whatever the case is,
Mm-hmm.
and even that immediate right after, you're like, what the fuck, man? All I need to do was usually it doesn't just happen. Yes, it happens, by accident, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason. I'm usually not paying attention, doing something too
Yeah.
quickly, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, and it happens, and then I'm like, you dumb
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker. This immediate regret, and looking back, what that was unnecessary.
Yes.
Fucking unnecessary. And
Right.
it's not even doing anything bad. It's just, you had this consequence, this accident that
Yeah.
happened, based on your own, stupidity.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, we've had that discussion on here. There are no accidents. There's no
Right.
fucking random. There's no such thing as a car accident. There's no
Right.
such thing as, yeah, there are no accidents. There's choices and consequences. Your choice might be, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, well, hey, guess what? Should have probably been paying attention. Man, whatever. I mean, there's no such thing as an accident. There just isn't. Yeah, you weren't aware. You weren't something. There's always a way to avoid something bad. Always. I mean, right. I mean, a friend dies, but that's, I guess, the purest form of an accident. You have absolutely nothing to do with that. It happens, but that's life. That's not comparable. It's apples and oranges, but yes, things. There are no accidents. I am fully responsible for everything good and bad that happens to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't that long ago that we had that conversation. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you. I never thought about it that way, but I mean, it wasn't necessarily, I set out to do something, but you're right. It's these choices and consequences. That
Mm-hmm.
was another episode that we talked about. Same concept, but different conversation, but same deal.
Yeah.
There's you make it, it's an action and there's a consequence. Good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, you enlightened me on good consequence. I'm like, fuck, I never thought about that. there's there's something good that is a consequence. It's a good
Yes,
consequence. I'm like,
absolutely.
Jesus. there's
Mm-hmm.
there's a positive to that word. I just never
Yep.
thought about it. But yeah, I mean, all of that, and it's this is going to be kind of a side note thing, but and I was going to save the article. I'm like, fuck it, it's not that it wasn't important to bring up, but I'm like, if it pops up into my head, which now it did when you said there's no accidents.
Mm-hmm.
There was I wanted to begin with. I wanted to talk about this. I came across my head because I'm like, this could have happened to any one of us. Clearly, it could have happened to me. I think it could have happened to you also.
Mm-hmm.
But tragic based on what you just said. There was a choice and there was a tragic consequence.
Mm-hmm.
So this, Marquette University downtown Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay. So not that it matters, but it's a very good school and blah blah blah. But that part doesn't matter. But it's in a shithole area of Milwaukee,
Right.
which is weird because it's surrounded by. Granted, it's not a very good area in Milwaukee. but these two Marquette students, and I think from reading the article, they were in a vehicle, and this lady, she tried to beat a stoplight, so she ran through the stoplight,
Mm-hmm.
and then I mean, crushed it at like whatever, it's a 25-mile-an-hour zone. They could analyze the speed and everything for the vehicles and how the
Right.
airbags went off and all this different shit, like 55 miles an hour or something like that, and she
Mm-hmm.
killed these students. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she got arrested for intoxicated or homicide by intoxicated use of a motor vehicle.
Nice.
And I heard about all this stuff, and nobody brought up the blood alcohol level. Of course, the thing of it is that doesn't matter. But for whatever reason, in my head, I'm like, it was a curiosity. I wasn't really setting out to find it, but I wanted to find out.
Yeah.
Yes, just out of morbid curiosity, if you could just throw a number on what her blood alcohol level was.
I mean, probably, we'll see 0.08 is legal. So what, 0.12?
You know what? That is ridiculous how fucking close you are. 0.13.
Yeah.
Which,
right.
I mean, for you and I, that's
Yeah.
like the biggest.
It's just, waking up in the morning.
I'm like 0.13. Yeah, I think I easily probably had that in my body in the morning without even taking a drink yet.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then it just, I don't know. Again, 15 years, how many deaths, how many articles, random people, over the time frame and all the places that you and I've been, and articles of things we've read,
right?
Hundreds, thousands, who knows?
Right.
I don't know why that one stuck with me, but it did. I mean, she was 41. Maybe that was it. Because that's what I was 41 when I got sober.
Right.
I don't know what made it click, because then I'm sitting there trying to analyze why did this one grab me? But either way, I mean, no bad examples, right? I mean, to this day, 15 years and a few months later, that it made my stomach hurt. Because I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, a 0.13, really? I mean, I get it. I 100% get it. I'm not taking away from the fact of, even if she had no alcohol in her system, what she did, I mean, consequence, action,
right.
That is what it is. But even the what considered to be the slightest amount of alcohol, I mean, unfortunately to us, the slightest amount of alcohol, and that happened, and I'm like, oh my God, but for the grace, I guess, is what I keep thinking about. And I don't even know. I have no follow up to what it threw me. It hit me.
Yeah.
It didn't like knock me on my knees to be like, oh,
right.
Wasn't that, but it hit home, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, but I know.
I don't expect you to have an answer for it.
Of course I don't have an answer for it.
But when we were talking about the consequences to the actions, I'm like, okay, there it is. And that's what I said to myself. I'm like, I'm not going to say this fucking article. If it comes up, it comes up. And clearly it did. But I mean, something like that, which is, again, fucking tragic. I mean, terrible,
Of course. Right. But, and I mean, clearly that, I'm going to say low amount again, but
right.
You got a little buzz, and it may have contributed to, I can make it, bad judgment, whatever. But I mean, I see people who are presumably stone cold sober driving like morons all the time, doing stupid things. And so I mean, take the alcohol out of it. Yeah. Trying to beat a fucking light, because, they want to be wherever the fuck they think they need to be 40 seconds sooner than whatever. Right. I see it all the time, and it's just like, drives me insane. It's like, fuck, I'm the one that's big on, I don't want to waste time anymore and all that good stuff, but Jesus Christ, man, 40 seconds sitting at a light, I'll waste that time. Thank you very much.
Right. And I mean, the same thing with, jumping off a light, and my dad told me that years ago, but when I worked at True Green, I don't know, I was there a couple of years before they did it, but they, anyone who was, because not everyone could drive, because a lot of these guys, surprisingly enough, had lost their licenses either for alcohol or speeding or those sort of things. So I was one of, a small number of people that actually was able to drive for the company. So the people who were drivers, they took us out one time and put us through this test. And I forget what the name, there was a specific name of the driving test or technique or whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember what it was.
Smith system?
It could have been it. That could have very much been it.
Probably.
But the one thing they said was, well, the two things that still stick in my mind, but the things that my dad taught me were, count to three before you leave a stoplight. And then, like, if you're if you're on a highway, don't be in the middle of a pack. Always have an out.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And I've
That's
I've
Smith
done that.
system. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and I figured you'd know it if I
Yep.
started to explain it. But those are two things that I've always done. I don't like being in packs. I feel claustrophobic driving as much as I do sometimes, just as a human being in a grocery store, for instance.
Right.
But that I'll never forget. That was in Milwaukee. It was after I was sober. I was working at Federated. So after I moved back to Germantown. So within the last 10 years. I was going to work and I got off this one highway in a stoplight, and then the same thing. I gave it the 3-second thing, and I went to go, and this car just went fucking flying through. And I mean, I would have got had I gone right away out the light. It would have been on the driver's side. I would have hit right on that traffic. I would have been crushed. I mean, probably killed.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
right.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Just because the light changes doesn't mean shit. Yeah.
Right.
I know. It's helpful. It's a suggestion. Right. But I mean, I'm the same way. I mean, I wait. I look. I mean, I look both ways, left, right, left, man. To go through an intersection with a green light, if I'm sitting there stopped, I'm looking to see if some morons plowing through, not paying attention, looking at their goddamn phone, and they don't notice that the light changed going the other way. It happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Again, these back to the choices and the consequences and stuff like that. And I mean, we can't control all the outcomes, but we can do those little things like that to hopefully, obviously maybe save our ass every once in a while. Right.
Mitigate the risk. Yeah.
Mitigate. Whoever thought we'd use the word? We use big words on here. I don't always,
occasionally.
but. I do like that. Mitigate. Let's say it again.
Yes.
Mitigate. The guys from
Mitigate.
SoberNotMature
for today
is mitigate.
That's right.
The guys from SoberNotMature use big words too. They use the word fuck a lot, but they say big words every once in a while. We're complicated.
Yes. Are we?
Yeah. No, not even close. That's why I laughed when I said it. We're not even fucking close to being complicated. But anyhow, so back to the readings. Anything else? I mean, from the readings. I mean, I'm glad you read both of them, and the point behind that. And I'm kind of I don't know. It's proud. I am. I'm proud of the fact that the way that you brought up the situation, the way that we were able to have this outside conversation, without having the conversation. I don't know if proud is right. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that we were able. Not even impressed because I think we have whatever. We did. I think it went well the way that.
Are you glad that we did it? Keep it simple.
I don't even know if glad. It's not like I'm like, hey, I'm glad we did that. It just I don't know. It was done in a way that maybe I think we did it well. We did it clean. We did it nice and kept it nice and clean. So yeah. Where's my? Hang on, I got. Just pat yourself on the back there, buddy. I'm getting both sides. My shoulder hurts a little bit, so I had to reach around there. Reach around. Wait, what?
Hey.
Hey.
Back to the nonsense.
Hang on 1 second. Speaking of I didn't even really have a reach around. So I don't know if she listens to these episodes, but she used to every once in a while. I'm not going to name her on here, but so a good friend of mine that also does hiking and stuff like that. And I woke up to this text message. Okay. So, I mean, fucking 5 a.m. I look at my phone, I get a text message already, which is kind of weirdish. I mean, usually I don't get text messages right away.
Right.
But what she said is she's like, here's one for you, a hiking group announcement that I woke up to. So it says, the Bald Knob and Mount Crosby Loop, the name of the mountain. Okay. Where this thing is, this group hike is going to be, is called Cockermouth Forest.
Nice.
And I went back. I'm like, oh my God, the name of the forest. I'm like, I want to go. I would like, if I was ever in that area, I'm like, I'd hike it every goddamn day just so I could post pictures and fucking tag Cockermouth. So then I sent her, I'm like, this is the one I want to visit. So I sent her the glory hole trail.
Yes.
She laughed at that too. Cause I'm like, fuck it. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know how many fucking weird trails there are out there. There's got to be a ton of them. Like, now it's going to be on my mission to find weird. The one I went to in North Carolina just came up as a memory recently. Was the Pickens Nose Trail.
Yes.
That was the one. That was like the first mountain that I ever went on, and it was called Pickens Nose Trail, which I'm like, that's a fucking weird ass name. But I don't know, Cocker's Mouth. That might be top of my list.
We may have a winner there.
Where are you going? Cocker's Mouth.
Cocker's Mouth.
Cocker's Mouth. Speaking of Cocker's Mouth, I got something to tell you about Charlie Sheen here in a little bit. But yeah, I'll tell you about it. I don't need to jump the route on that. But I'm sorry. Back to the readings. I'm glad you did both of them.
Yes.
I'm pleased with the conversation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on the readings themselves, or anything else? No,
not just go back and listen again. I read them as slowly and clearly as I could, and there was a goddamn reason for it.
Right.
Yeah. No, they said everything that I wanted to say. Imagine that. Words that aren't mine conveyed my thoughts better than I ever could.
Yeah, and it just made me think about. I'll try to cut. Maybe I could cut that out and do some of the clips on it. But
please do.
Actually, I'll make a note. I'll make a note to do that. Here's the problem, and this is my side note on this. So the app that I use to do the episode clips,
right?
And, long story, but I paid whatever it is. I don't know if I pay yearly for it. If I paid once, it's cheap. But I was able to get a couple of the different things I'm able to do to do our embed, obviously the audio in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then use the pictures, and I could do a lot with it. But I used to be able to, because the way I do the clips, it was too hard for me to search for these things. So with the way our episodes run, I do it, obviously Sunday through Friday. And then I would just do, at 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45. The 45-minute one I'd have to watch because that's when we do our website promo. So I'd have to sometimes got to watch it where I run that so it doesn't hit the commercial.
Right.
And then I'll do 60 minutes. And then for the last 2 days, I just run 10 minutes in off of 60 minutes and 10 minutes back off of the end. It's just the easiest way for me to do it. Keep it simple, right?
Right.
Now, the problem now is that the way on my phone, they must have done an update on the app. In the counter, there's like 2 windows for the counter, the start and finish. You can't see the full counter anymore. So I can't see, like if it's at 29 minutes versus 39 minutes, all I can see is the 9 and then the seconds. I can't see what it is.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that's fucked up. But
have you tried to go horizontal with it? Just a thought.
You know what? I did.
Okay.
And I tried that and it doesn't. The app doesn't switch horizontal. Because I'm like, some of the apps do, they spread it out that way. And I'm like, that would have been perfect. You and I, Mike, right there. I see you. You and I gotcha. But when I finally figured out, I'm like, this would have years ago, or whatever it was, year ago, probably when I started paying for it. Like, it'd be nice if I wanted to start at 31 minutes, I could just type in 31 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was trying to pop and see if I could get in and see whatever. And then this little window comes up, so I could do that. I'm like, oh fuck. So for forever I've been able to do that. The only problem now is that I'm doing it at 15 minutes. I'm doing it at the solid minutes and just running it out for 1.
Right.
Then I have to kind of play it and see where it comes up. I had to redo 1 this week, which is not a big deal. But it's harder for me to isolate an area like this. I'll be able to do it to try to get your reading in there.
Okay.
It makes it more difficult now because I can't use the slider anymore, and I've just fucking app changed. It fucked up my life. Wait, where does this go? Sometimes I just want to yell. Well, I got the workaround. I got the reach around for it. So
all right,
I'm good. But
right.
Yes, hang on 1 second. Mike reading clips, because I do want to.
Yes.
I want to make sure to isolate those in one way or the other. Maybe I'll just. I could probably just go in and do it rather than a daily clip. Do a separate post or something like that.
That'd be cool.
Just do the reading itself. And I'll figure that out.
All right. Well, while you're figuring that out, I'm looking at the old clock on the wall. And I think we'll be right back with some lighter stuff, hopefully, after these words from our sponsors.
Hey, Mike, I have a question for you.
All right, I may have an answer for you.
So if you're one of our fine listeners and you wanted to know a little bit more about the podcast, more than just listening to us ramble, where would you go as a listener? What do you think you'd do?
I believe you would go to SoberNotMature.com.
Ding. Ding. Okay, good. Now, next question is, what if you've been, I don't know, seeing us on social media, you've seen our t-shirts, you've seen some of the pictures we posted, and the person's like, you know what, I want to be cool like those guys and get a t-shirt or a coffee mug. Where would they go for that? I know this is a tougher question, but where would they go for that one?
They would go to SoberNotMature.com.
They could do that. Yes, you're right. Because once you're on SoberNotMature.com, they can hit the store link and go to our second website, which is SoberNotMatureShop.com.
See, I was going to say store. I'd have screwed it up.
You know what? The thing of it is you got it right the first time. Everything people want is at, go ahead with the first website,
SoberNotMature.com.
And if you mess around on there, you're going to see everything we have. Obviously, we have our merchandise. See a little bit about us, a little bit about our background. We posted some other things on there, but I don't know. You can even sign up for our email list. And here's the good thing. We barely email anyone ever, so you're not going to get spammed.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That would be like effort on our part, and that's not going to happen.
Right. I have never used our mailing list yet. I may at some point, but that would take structure and discipline, which I don't think either one of us have, do we?
I know I don't.
All right. So just to wrap up here, to visit our main website and get to everything that is us, where would they go, Mike?
SoberNotMature.com.
Visit that today, right?
Right.
Okay, I think we're done. Are you done?
I'm done.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Welcome back. So some lighter shit. Did you say lighter stuff?
I said hopefully.
Okay, how about a juggler? Not like murder juggler, not like in your neck. I mean a real juggler.
Yes, right.
Okay?
Yeah, like Pendulette. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so this is so fucking stupid. I almost let me tell you. Did I tell you the thing? So I went up to this place and I did last summer, late summer, early fall last year. When I think when I was back here in September, same thing. I was just looking for. I didn't want to go to the dunes. I didn't want to do all that stuff. I'm like just looking for something like a local place for a nice, easy trail to get like a walk in. And there's this area, and it's like right in between, in the middle of these subdivisions. So right up by, you know where Speedway is, off the freeway, Highway 49 comes off there.
Yeah. When I get off the turnpike. Yeah.
Exactly. So
stop there plenty of times for gas.
Yep, literally about 2 blocks north of that to the right. That's where it is. It's like right up there.
Okay.
And I mean, part of this trail that I went on gets close to the freeway because I took the long one this time. So it's literally right up that way. I did it last year. They got this short loop that's like 1.3 miles. And I had time on, I think Sunday I went up there. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do the full one. It was like just under 3 miles. And it's not a hiking trail. And I posted some pictures. It's literally a walking trail, but it's just a nice walk. It's a nature preserve is what it is.
Okay.
It's fucking nice and it's peaceful and it's easy. Okay. Just out there for a walk. So I'm walking through and I did the long loop and the whole bit. And it was nice, decent day, the whole bit. And I'm coming around kind of this one corner and, kind of where the trail's going to like loop around, kind of like curve around a little bit to the right. And I see somebody coming. No big deal. There's people walking all over the place.
Right.
Then I look and I'm like, is this guy fucking juggling? And the guy, okay, he's got like comfortable, I'm going to call them slacks. Okay.
Okay.
So comfortable slacks. And if I had to guess his age, he's probably, he might be younger than us. Between 40s and 50s, roughly in that age. Not super old, not super young. Right. Somewhere within our age range. Okay. Comfortable slacks, like he might be on a golf course, but not weird Rodney Dangerfield slacks. I mean, comfortable slacks, nice polo shirt. He's wearing white gloves like a conductor would wear in a band, and he's juggling.
Nice. What was he juggling?
Just fucking balls.
Okay.
He's just juggling balls, and the three of them, just juggling along, walking, and I'm walking around. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's not. I'm not computing this in my fuck. I'm like, is this dude? I'm on a trail, right? I'm walking in the middle of the fucking woods, and this guy's juggling.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Hi, how are you today?" And he stopped, grabbed his balls. The ones
as ones want to do.
Once he's juggling, not in his nice slacks. He may have grabbed his balls there, wasn't paying attention. But then walked by, and then I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. How are you?" kind of thing. And in my head, I'm like, "You're fucking crazy," And then I'm looking around, and then as soon as he gets, I don't know, 10, 15 feet behind me, as he's going around a loop again, he just starts fucking juggling.
Yep.
And then so I finish my walk, and I'm walking back to my car, and I crossed the street, and I was had a little bit of water left, and I was just standing outside. I was let my car start and kind of cool down for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing out there, and here he comes. He's finishing his walk coming out of drift. I'm like, what's I don't know. Is it fucking weird? I mean, you're not a hiker. I mean, I am.
Right.
I do some hiking.
Sure.
You've taken a walk before, right?
Yeah, once or twice.
In nature, even you've taken a walk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Happened.
Does it? I don't. It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah. I mean, I actually, I was, this was, God, 30 years ago, maybe something. I was out, there's a place here in Northern Ohio called Squire's Castle. It's in the middle of a metro park. And we were having a picnic there and, cooking out and clearly this was a while ago, doing some drinking, may have been, sticking some stuff up my nose,
Pickles?
Yes, right. Nickels. Yeah. Some sort of monetary denomination, but anyway, hanging out, having a good time. And, in this park. And I mean, there was a couple people there juggling, in this park. So, I mean, I've seen jugglers in the wild. They do exist. Shit, man. That's, people that it's kind of their hobby and whatever. And they go out and, a park, whatever, nature preserve. Yeah, it's fine.
No,
I don't.
And I'm not even condemning the guy for it.
Right.
It's just fucking weird, And the thing with it is though, had he been standing in the middle of, because there's an area where there's benches. This whole thing, it's like there's concrete paths and there's a fountain and there's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Had he been standing like in the middle of one of the open grassy areas juggling, I
Sure.
wouldn't have thought of it as much as him walking along the path juggling. But I get it. Okay, so are you saying to each his own?
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't we just have a reading about not judging people?
And that's kind of what I was going back to. I'm just like, I wasn't trying to put him down. I'm just like, it's fucking weird. I don't know. But then, then as I'm telling the story now, I'm like, God, he's wearing gloves. I should have caught that, like he was a serial killer. Why does he have gloves on? Maybe that's his thing. He's
right. He's the juggler,
the juggling strangler, or some stupid fuck like that. That's how he draws people in. Hey, I'm juggling. Because why the gloves? Huh?
Yeah, you want to come back here and watch me juggle 4 balls?
No, thank you. No, thank you. But okay, so that was a lighter subject. You asked for lighter.
That was absolutely, and hey, man, the guy, did it bring you any sort of joy?
It did. It made me laugh. It made me. Well,
there
laugh.
You go. Then he did his job. God bless him.
But it was just okay. From now on, I'm going to look for odd things like that. That might be as weird as that sounds. That might be the oddest thing I've ever seen on a hiking trail.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody juggling. But just because I didn't expect it.
Right.
But okay, to each his own. Okay.
Yeah. Nice little surprise. You got some entertainment out there.
I fucking did. I really did. All right. So this goes back to podcast and posting stuff. So earlier, God, was it earlier this week or whatever it was? It was since we had last recorded. I know that much.
Okay. So not now, in the past.
Somewhere in the last 7 days.
Okay.
There was a meme that I had posted, and it was the Jesus one where it says Jesus is coming. It's like I'm coming, Jesus is coming.
Uh-huh.
And then the line on the top says, dude's been edging for 2,000 years. And it was funny. I've seen it before, but I don't think I ever posted it, so I did. And then some chick put basically a comment on there that just said unfollow. And I'm like, I just laughed. It just that literally I commented with a laughing emoji, and then I looked at her in her profile. I'm like, is this person sober? I mean, have I seen this person before? Whatever it was, and no idea who she was.
Right.
Maybe she's been sober, maybe whatever. But and then one of our followers, and let's say her name was Deborah, which I don't know what her name was, but she's like, one of our followers says, "Hey, Deborah, no need to announce that you're unfollowing.
Right.
Just leave."
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's fucking awesome. But yeah, so we lost a follower based on a
Good.
on a Jesus meme.
That brings me joy.
Hey, does that bring you joy? Yes, it does, actually.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll get back to the Charlie Sheen stuff. I'll get back to it a little bit. But I wrote down a couple of things. There was a couple of kind of new items that I wrote down this week, and they might have been from, God, did I write down the one that you were talking about? Oh, you know what's funny? Keep it simple. Today, when I get angry, I'll count.
Ah.
Sorry. So I wrote the note, but the only thing that I don't know that maybe we did talk. I guess we did talk about, because my parentheses question was, what do you do now versus when you first got sober, when you get angry? But we talked about that.
Yeah,
So
right. Take a beat, man.
yeah,
Think about
take
it.
a beat.
Yep.
That's just kind of funny, because yeah, I wrote that down as a thing. Okay, so the other one I wrote down, a couple other new ones. God grant me, I will think about where I am in my sobriety and what I could do today to deepen my commitment to my recovery. Did I ask that question before or no?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe it's just because I just read it the other day that
Right.
okay, so let me read it again now that I kind of stumbled over it. I will think about where I am in my sobriety and what I
Yeah.
could do today to deepen my commitment to my recovery. Is there anything, like, right off the top of your head that that you think you can either, I don't know, want or need, whichever one you want to choose, but anything?
I mean, no. I think we did discuss this before, because
We may have.
it's coming to my brain. If I knew what the fuck it was, why aren't I already doing it?
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think you're right. So as soon as I was reading it, I'm like, God, did I just remembering this because I wrote it down before? But yeah, okay. And I'm thinking the same way. So forget that one.
Yeah.
Forget
Right.
that one.
Forget what?
Exactly. All right. So this one, I guess I'm going to guess again that this is new. Also from God Grammy. Today I will practice walking through my day as if I make a difference. Now, my question is, when did you realize that you were actually making a difference after you got sober? So not necessarily now, because I think that I don't know. I'm not going to. I don't want to speak for you or me right at the moment. But when do you think you realized that you were actually making a difference when after you first got sober? Let's start there.
I mean, that was kind of, that's one of the first things you learn is, and because you learn it negatively, you learn,
Right.
yeah, I was a piece of shit. I was negatively impacting the people around me. That's one of the first things, hopefully, that you learn in this process. It's not like, if if you're going into it with the right intentions, it's, the wrong intentions for me would be, I feel like shit. I want to feel better again, hey, isn't that what you've been doing for the past 30 years? I feel like shit. I want to feel better. Yeah. If your intentions should be, I've been hurting other people. I want to learn how to not do that anymore. Because clearly I don't know how on my own. So, I mean, that was one of the first lessons that I learned doing this thing right this time was, yeah, I'm fucking hurting other people. I don't want to do that. So yes, of course I affect other people. But the lesson was, negatively at first. But the more you do this, the more you start going, oh, well, hey, the other side of that coin is I can start affecting people positively. Yay. Yeah. So, yeah, pretty fucking early on. Again, if you're walking into this thing with the right intentions, that should be one of the first lessons you learn.
Right. Yeah. And as you were talking, I mean, I was just kind of thinking about a couple of things that I don't really know. Well, I guess I do know it's roughly time frame. I think it would have been even before, or no, maybe when I've got that first job at that collection agency out in Rocky River, which would have been at about 5 months. I remember talking to Dawn, because I had called to talk to Derek,
Right.
and he was off someplace. I don't remember where. One of his friends, or with Alec and his dad, or whatever the deal
Out being a
was.
kid.
Yeah, because at the time I'll be in a at the 10-year-old kid or 9-year-old
Yeah.
kid or whatever he was.
Right.
Gosh, I still can't believe he's only fucking 9. He's gonna be fucking 25.
Yeah, I know.
Again, I mean, yeah, do the
Goddamn
math.
grown man.
Do the fucking math, Bill. I mean, yeah, I know, I got it. But when I was talking to her, I was just, I don't know, I tell her, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I got a job, I got this, and things are going along pretty well. And I mean, again, they're talking 5 months sober, which is,
Mhm.
I'm not taking, if anyone listening to us has 5 months sober, I mean, I'm not taking away from that, but I just look back at the growth, and it's
Sure.
hard to explain the growth you have over the months and years and stuff like that. 5 months was a lifetime,
Yeah.
for I
Oh,
think for
yeah.
both of us at the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
5 months without a drink or a drug? Fuck yeah. It's huge.
Yeah, but then I'm thinking about it. So with Dawn and stuff like that, I'm only 5 months into being actually a
Mhm.
decent human being to her.
Right.
After years of being a fucking piece of shit. And I'm telling her a couple of these things, the job and things are going good and whatever. And she's like, you know what? She's like, part of me is kind of mad at you.
Yup.
And I said, what do you mean mad? She's like, never mind, whatever. And
Mm.
I didn't get it at the time, but I mean, I did
Course
after the
not.
fact. Because it didn't make sense to me. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean, why wouldn't she be? I mean,
Yeah.
I put her through, and like we do to anyone, you put
Yeah.
these people through this fucking hell for years and years, and then
Yeah.
now I'm a fucking decent human being.
Yeah. Now I'm getting my shit together. Right. Yeah. When it
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah. Why didn't you fucking do this 10 years ago, asshole?
Yeah, why did you have to put me through all this fucking pain and frustration,
Uh-huh.
for X number of years,
Yeah.
and
Well, if Derek
um
was 10, why didn't you fucking do it 10 years ago, asshole?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because it was an eye opener,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean that's one, and then you realizing that I don't know when the first time I was at mom's house, with when she maybe came to Indiana or did whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
got actually a key to the house, whatever the case was, when you
Right.
get that little bit of responsibility
Mm-hmm.
back and that trust back,
Yep.
I don't know, it just the littlest things mean so much, because to your point, I mean, years and years of us being
Mm-hmm.
just complete 100% fuck ups.
Yep. Yep.
and then now people actually, it's like, oh yeah, my ex-wife got mad because I got my shit together,
Yep.
in all the best ways possible. She was, angry about it,
Of
and I
course.
don't begrudge her for that, because I agree.
No, absolutely not. Yes. She earned that anger.
Yeah, that's why I've never questioned it, never questioned any of it. I'm like, I get it. No,
Uh-huh.
not going to question any of you. You feel this way, feel free. Feel that way. Plus, not
Yep.
only do I get it, hey, let's sit there. I'll help you build it up and help you feel better about it. I'm not going to do that part. Let's say something I shouldn't.
Right.
All right. So, I was listening to a podcast, I don't know, again, probably this week. And the individual was talking about a little bit about the big book and stuff like that, and was
Mm-hmm.
talking about, it's best to not read the big book alone. And I'm like, hmm. And I get it. You and I have talked about this a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, where reading it in a group is, I think you get more out of it that way,
Oh, absolutely.
and I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But I just kind of wanted to hear the way that they were going to kind of bring it around, which was that way.
Mm-hmm.
But what the individual said was like, yeah, because if you're reading it alone, they're like, it's kind of a hard read. And I'm like, really?
Mm.
But what they were talking about is because of the time it was written, the way the words, and in
Sure.
my head, I'm like, first of all, I'm like, it's not like it's Shakespeare. I mean, I get
Yeah.
Shakespeare's a tough read, any
Yeah.
Shakespeare, but I suppose I can't remember like the first time we had to sit down and read through it. I knew
Uh-huh.
over the years I was getting, as in reading in a group, things were popping out at me,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember it being difficult. Probably just, I don't know, maybe just a lot. I don't know. Do you think it's difficult or a hard read?
I mean, if um right. Well, I mean, not everyone is all that literate.
Right.
Yeah, and it is, Bill was he was verbose and very much of his time, and he wrote in a way that people don't write anymore, and it certainly Yeah, it's if you're not used to reading, and especially reading, you're not used to reading something that wasn't written last week,
Right.
which, a lot of people today aren't. Um, yeah, it can be, I would imagine, a little difficult. Thankfully, I've read things that were written before the big book was written. And yeah, so, it wasn't, for you and I, but I can see where it would be difficult for someone who is not used to reading things of that nature. So
Right.
sure, yeah, absolutely, and yeah, but I definitely get the thing. Don't read it by yourself because who the fuck are you gonna bounce it off of? You,
Right. Right.
yeah, you have no answers. You're all fucked up in the head. Yeah, you don't know what the hell you're doing, and reading it from a book, yeah, it's not going to help you because you're interpreting it through your own fucked up brain. And that's not going to do. I mean, you probably get a little bit, but you're certainly not going to get what you could out of it by reading it with other people.
Well, and I mean both of those are good points, and I guess the thing with it is, and the way that, admittedly with me, and maybe it's because of our maybe between you and I and that sort of thing, it's because of our age. I mean, we have,
Mhm.
we come from the land of cursive and all these different
Yes.
things, and maybe
Right.
some of these books that we had to read that were written a little bit in far different style than the
Mhm.
reading of these days. So I mean
Right.
that's a good point. I didn't think about that part of it.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, like with me, I don't always know. I don't have the. You've got a really, my opinion. You've got a very vast vocabulary, and
Mhm.
every once in a while you've said words. I'm, what the fuck does that mean? But the thing of it is that I've gotten really good over the years, and I don't know if I did it just on a pure survival in school.
Mhm.
I don't consider myself to be unintelligent. I don't have the largest vocabulary, but I
Right.
can usually pick up on something in with the context.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I can get an idea what the word means. I might not,
Sure.
if somebody said write down what that word means, I'd be like, this is
Mhm.
what I think it means. I wouldn't be able to give you a textbook definition.
Sure.
But I've
You
for
could
whatever
get the
reason,
point. Yeah, from the context. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can get a knack of something from the context, and I've got the ability to do that, and I think I always
Mhm.
have.
Right.
But yeah, from the big book standpoint, especially being new, even now, I mean, I could sit down and read the big book,
Mhm.
and get something from it,
Right.
but nothing like sitting in a meeting or again you and I doing this.
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, I have these. How many times have I had these fucking thoughts in my head about whatever the thing is, and I
Mhm.
bring it up on here, and I mean, halfway through the sentence, I'm like, "This is fucking stupid," Either it's a stupid thought, or I understand it, or you say something, I'm like, "Oh fuck, I never even thought about that."
Right.
Like what you just said about the big book. It didn't occur to me the way it was written,
Mhm.
even though he said. He said it was the way it was written. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with it? Again, my first
Right.
thought
It's
was
in
that guy.
English.
Yeah, it's not fucking Shakespeare. That was my
Right.
first thought. But again, they brought it around to the fact of which I think is hugely important. I think with anything with this, even if you're not a 12-step individual,
Mhm.
if you're trying to get sober or working on getting sober, or
Mhm.
even if you've been sober for a little bit, not 12-stepping it, but you're in sort of a rut, get together with a group of like-minded people and have a
Yep.
have a discussion. And
Yep.
it doesn't have to be a goddamn AA meeting. I mean, I've heard podcasts recommended to, like, even if you're not a 12 step, step into a big AA meeting sometime if you want to feel truly anonymous, quote unquote.
Mhm.
Sit in the back of the room and just listen. You know,
Yeah.
you will get something out of it. Um,
Mhm.
Everything may not stick. Everything, take what you need, right? Throw the rest
Right.
away.
Yep.
But if nothing else, get together. It's this community thing we talk about, get together with people. So I agree with that wholeheartedly with the big book. It just, I'm glad you mentioned that though about the, like I said about how it was written, because
Mhm.
I didn't really get it right away when I was thinking it was hard to read, but I get it now.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I may not think the big book's hard to read, but I can't understand the fucking concept of what the guy was talking about. Despite the fact the big book was hard to read. So there. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm not saying I'm worse. I'm just
Mhm.
fucking. It was just my lack of understanding was over here, where
Right.
this individual's talking about a lack of understanding over here.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. Again, are we that complicated, or are we just no?
They're just that stupid.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll accept either one.
Right.
I will accept
both
either
both
one.
shoes fit.
Yeah, that is for goddamn sure. Um, All right, let me just pick one of these. Oh, hang on one second. Now we don't need to do this now. What I do want to do though, at some point, and
Mhm.
probably not now. We can plan on doing it whenever. But there was a Keep It Simple had the reading, and I think I thought about this last year too, but I don't know if I wrote it down. There was part of the action saying that today I'll read the first 3 pages of chapter 5, which is how it
Mhm.
works.
Right.
And I wouldn't mind. Have we ever read how it works on here?
I don't know.
I don't think we have, but and maybe if we did, I don't remember. It's
Okay.
it's one of my favorite things in the
Well,
big book,
sure.
just because it is how it
Hey,
works.
hey.
So we can, as they would say, we can table that or put a pin in that for now. But
Mhm.
that was just one of the ones I came across. I wouldn't mind doing that at
Yeah.
some point. I just think it'd be fun because I mean it's I like that part. I really really
Yeah,
do.
absolutely. Yeah, we should.
Okay. All right, one more from Keep It Simple. Pretending to be perfect. Oh no, shit, we did that one too. Doesn't
Mm,
allow us to be real. It's also
mm.
boring. Jesus
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. Go ahead and
God.
scratch that one off.
You know what? I'm disappointed in myself.
It's okay, Bill. We're all human. It's all right.
Well, you know what's funny is there's a very, very good possibility that I had that written down twice.
Yeah, right.
Very good possibility
Sure.
because I put when we do these things,
Hmm.
I've got a number next to it so I can keep it in order what we talked about,
Hmm.
or I X things off and then I go through and I delete them,
Right.
off of the thing on my phone. So
Hmm.
either way, whatever.
Hmm.
My process. Fuck y'all.
Right. Little peek behind the curtain of Bill.
Again, it's a fucking process. It's not a goddamn secret. Are we polished? Fuck no. But you know what?
No.
We're funny.
Yeah, right.
We think we are.
Well, we'll edit that out in post. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is from Touchstones. We don't. I know I don't. I've only been reading Touchstones for less than a year, I think. So
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
It is the greatest of okay, but it is the greatest of all mistakes to do nothing because you can only do a little. Do what you can. Okay.
Yep.
That we've also talked about from a God grant me standpoint, haven't we? Like not
Hmm.
doing something.
Right.
If we can't do it right, don't do it. Fuck me. Just
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's clearly old behavior. Right. I'm not going to be able to do enough, so I won't do anything. Well, fuck. That's ego shit, man. Who am I to say that what I'm doing is not enough for someone else? It may
right.
be more than enough. This little bit that I think is worthless and not doing enough for someone might be more than someone else needs. It's exactly what they needed at that time. So who the fuck am I to hold back because I don't think it's enough?
Right.
Yeah, do what you can, man. Do what you do. Just do. Wait, what did Michael Jordan say?
Just do it.
Ah,
It's a Nike thing too, I think. I don't know.
right. We stepping on copyright here.
Yeah, it should be done justly.
Yes.
There.
Go forward and do it.
All right, so I think I just scanned over this one. I think I've done this one before. From God grant me, God damn it.
Yes.
It talked about us always wanting to learn the hard way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My question for you, do you still learn or think you learn things the hard way at times? Or when did you begin taking time to learn things the easy way? Okay.
Right.
So do you still think you learn things the hard way, or when did you learn that you don't necessarily need to go through the hard way to get to the end?
I mean,
What time is it? Is that
right? No. And I can't remember what step it is. I can't remember. Fuck, I know it's in the 12 and 12 because I remember this discussion from my 12 and 12 meeting
Really?
years ago. Yeah. Somewhere in there it talks about I don't remember it. I don't even remember the context, but it does talk about, we don't have to go to extremes to learn the lesson. We don't have to bottom out, anymore. We can learn things without being destroyed. Basically.
Right.
Yeah, right. And so, yeah, probably a year or so in when I was doing that, and it was like, well, it's okay to allow ourselves, because, yeah, clearly old behavior, old ways of doing things was, yeah, I'm going to learn it the hard way. I'm going to go until it fucking hurts. And it's, yeah, we don't have to do that. That's part of this better life that we have, is we don't have to bottom out. We don't have to feel extreme pain to stop doing something, to change our behaviors, to be better, to whatever. We don't have to do that anymore. And yeah, I try not to. I'm not saying I succeed all the time, because clearly I don't. But but a long time ago, I realized I don't have to live that way anymore. So yeah, again, one of the gifts, one of the promises, one of the whatever the fuck you want to call it, of living this way, is not having to live that way.
Right. One of the byproducts of the work that we do, we get that
Yeah.
result.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that goes along with, because it made me think about, as you were talking, that learning to ask for help and literally follow directions. You think that goes along the same lines with not
Oh,
doing that the hard way?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. It's starting to become uncomfortable, whatever the fuck it is. Maybe I should reach out for some help instead of continuing on and it's hurting more and more and more. And yeah, right. That's just it. Yeah. Being again, smashing that ego and humbling yourself, and allowing some outside help, whatever the fuck it is, to make things easier. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and I know that we have not talked specifically about asking for help, but I mean, I think we have, but
Yeah.
it is when it comes along with that, because I mean, doing things the hard way. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was a this whatever male ego driven whatever stupid
Absolutely.
thing that we're
Source
all
of pride. Yeah.
right, this fucking stupid shit that
I'm
our
hard-headed.
right, and part of it, maybe it's just our generation did. I mean, we're the tail end of that, maybe that hard headed generation,
Right.
thankfully. But but part of it, yeah, having to, I got here, and I granted, you and I like to get things that we earn and work for it, but it doesn't mean that we have to beat ourselves up to do it.
Right.
You can earn something and also ask for help along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing of it is sometimes, I mean, if I like something as simple as, I mean, I know this is a kind of like a first world problem, but if I'm trying to figure something out, I mean, I go to YouTube, and
Yeah.
if I look for something and can't find something on the internet or YouTube, it blows my fucking mind these days. I'm like, how can this not be YouTube? But yeah, you look this shit up, and or you ask for help. We talked about, I know I have physical limitations. Just
Yeah.
I'm not physically, I'm not disabled in any way, shape, or
No.
form, but I got older. If anyone hasn't
Yep.
figured it out, you've gotten older. And
Mm-hmm.
there's certain things that I could do it, but I'm going to fucking pay for it,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't want to do that, So
No.
I asked for help. I mean,
Yes.
I like these heavy things over here. I can't lift them. Can I get my
Yeah.
son or somebody
Yeah,
else?
exactly. Hey, kid, come here, lift this.
Yeah. Come here, strong 25-year-old boy,
Exactly.
young man, not boy,
Yeah.
but young man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe think about just a quick update on my my whole leg wound, because I haven't talked about that in a while. It's to the point now. Like this week, I've been wearing the bandage and the little collagen and things on it, which repairing the skin the whole bit. It's down now. It scabbed up to the point where I was putting these collagen things on it, and it wasn't doing anything anymore because it got down to the point where it scabbed up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's literally the scab area is, I don't know, it's not even any bigger than a dime now.
Nice.
I mean, but here's the weird part though, is that I don't have a lot of where all this new skin is. It doesn't look out of the ordinary. It's not like, oh, you can like somebody popped a different color plug in there or anything like that. But I don't have a lot of, maybe it'll come over time, but I clearly, I mean, the nerve endings must have got fucked up because I don't have as much feeling in that area that's new, which is weird, But I was thinking about it. The other day because I was like, "Oh, we'll bring it up again if it pops into my head." And because Kathy had asked me the other, she's like, "Well, how long was that?" And I'm like, "Well, how long did I?" And I was thinking of just about the same thing. Went from when it happened or when I asked for help.
Yep.
And I think this is not only a good sobriety lesson, but this goes along exactly to what we were just talking about. So I went into the doctor after Founders Day, so middle of June.
Yeah.
So I mean, literally, what day is it? It's like 3 months ago is when I went into the doctor for the first time. And I mean, basically, this healed up. I mean, when I was into the doctor 2-3 weeks ago, he had said 2-3 weeks from now, he goes, it should be in pretty good shape, and it is. So I mean, basically, doing all the right things with the help of the doctors and all that stuff. It was 3 months, to get all this back in order. But I mean, it happened back in April. Okay,
Yeah,
so
right.
From admitting that I had a problem, or no, I'm sorry, no. Knowing
Right. No,
I had a problem.
Yeah. Knowing you had a problem, right?
And knowing I had a problem to admitting that I needed help with it, took me 2 months, So it is there we go, the hard way. I mean, that's a real life example. But in my defense, I want to let this little bit of a side note here.
Yes.
I was really fucking close. There was just a couple of items that I was missing.
Right.
And not being a doctor is one of them, but
right. The medical degree.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing is another side note. I'm trying to work with my insurance company right now. The procedures, like what he did when he went in there, they're like $300-400, for every time I went in. But after all said and done, it's like I owe $60 or 62 or something like that. But there's these 2 charges in there. They're billing me for 2 operating room charges. I was not in an operating room,
right?
But those 2 are $1,600 a piece. So $1,600 plus, so it's like $3,300 in 2 charges. And I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process. I contacted the insurance company. I can only do it through a message, and I'll contact the billing office. But so speaking of buy me a coffee, nope, just kidding. I will figure this out. I'm not this all said and done. I mean, if it turns out to be, however many visits it was, it even $100 a piece, I get that, with my portion of it.
Right.
But I mean, $1,600 because it says right on their operating room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And I understand the insurance company saying, well, you realize if you go in, and this is the key where I think that the billing department fucked up, the billing office, because they're like, well, when you go in an urgent care or an ER, you're going to get billed for a facility charge plus the doctor. I'm like, that part I know from all the work I did in the medical side of things. I get that. In a hospital, the doctor you get billed for, also the room that you were in, also the x-ray, also the anesthesiology, also whatever. All these different things are all separate. I went to a doctor's office. That's what it is. It wasn't urgent care. Right. I made an appointment. I went to a doctor's office. So somebody built something funny is my whole point. But the good thing is my leg is to the point where it's good. It's pretty good.
So you're saying you have a leg to stand on?
I've always had a leg to stand on, but it was fucked up. And I know you probably never want to see it, but I just found like the before and after picture. It was fucking good. I know you are.
Thank you.
It was a fucking mess. It was just gross. Okay, so speaking of gross now, Charlie Sheen. So I got to tell you about this. So
yes.
I did not. I heard about. I don't know which one I heard about first, but it was like all this stuff happened within 2 days. So there's a documentary on Netflix. That's number one.
I know about that.
Okay. Did you? Well, you don't. Do you have Netflix? I'm sure
No.
Chris does.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if she does anymore, but
really?
I do have access to it. Did I say that on the internet? Anyway, yeah. Go ahead. Yes, well, sure, I know it exists out there.
Yeah, so of course you have access. You could sit down with a friend and watch Netflix with them.
Yes,
everyone
exactly.
has access.
Sure.
Everyone has access to Netflix, right? Wink, wink. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't use it, but yes, go ahead.
But I only watched the first part of that. There are 2. I think the second one's an hour and a half also. But so the documentary part's an hour and a half a piece. Then his book is called the Book of Sheen. Okay. So I heard about both of them on the morning show. So I looked on Audible, blah, blah, blah. I actually signed up for Audible because the book was going to be $20. I spent $14, for the month and got the book, and whether I continue there's other books I want to read, blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, that matters. But so I had the book. I'm going to start listening to it on Sunday when I drive up to Wisconsin. So I'm like, when I first saw it, I'm like, I got to get this one. This dude's a fucking train wreck,
Right.
And then I heard about the documentary, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, really? So I only watched the first part, and it's funny. First of all, and I think I knew he was sober now.
Right. Yeah.
About 8 years. And during the time that he did it, he was like 7 years. And he's like, depending on when this airs, unless
Mhm.
something goes drastically wrong, he
Right.
goes, yes, right now I'm sober for 7 years.
Right.
But the way that he was explaining it, so he started off a couple of things were kind of funny, but kind of interesting too. So he said he goes okay, so how can I describe my life? And I think they asked him the question.
Mhm.
But he goes, first it was partying, then it was partying with problems, then it was
Mhm.
just problems.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I mean, almost that could be the story of any one of us, right? Um,
Absolutely.
and I thought that's fucking great. So he's going through all this stuff, and the I think the thing that is so and I'm just going to say appealing about this story, and I think what's going to be appealing about, well, two things. First of all, I love listening to people who got sober
Mhm.
and the shit that they went through on a star level,
Sure.
because it just, especially with like Charlie Sheen. I mean, our generation, we grew up with this motherfucker.
Right.
I mean, he's our age. He's 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, we literally watched the rise and the fall, and I'm winning to all
Right.
this
Oh
different
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all the fucking movies, the Major Leagues and the Wall Street and Platoon and all the shit that he did. Do you? And I had to look these two things up too. So, do you know what his net worth was? Think at the rise, at the top, the peak pinnacle of his fame, how much his net worth
I
was?
mean, well, he was making like what something crazy, like several $1 million an episode for the TV show, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was 3 million. Because
Yeah,
I
right.
just
An
looked that up.
episode.
Oh yeah, an episode. I just looked that up the
Yeah,
other day. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, crazy. So I mean, guy had to have been, 100 million.
I think if I remember correctly, I think it was 250.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus.
I think.
Right,
But so the 2.5 Men, that was the show.
right.
He Here's the other thing. In 2016, he sold his rights to future profits in that show
Mm,
in 1919, or I'm sorry, 2016, for 27 million. He sold it for.
nice. Yeah,
Okay.
that's straight up junkie pawn shop shit there.
Oh, I know, because that show is still, it's in
Oh yeah,
syndication. I
yeah.
mean,
Still, right.
yeah, and he was back in the age where I think some of these shows, back in the age of the shows, that
Yeah,
some of these ones got, the syndication thing was big, where I don't think it's as big now.
right.
With all the streaming shit. But anyhow, so guess what he's worth now?
Probably 20,
Three.
3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And only reason I laugh at that, because he said that another question came up to, like, how much did whatever the decision was. Oh, so you remember the story with Jim Benny when he first smoked crack?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes, I do.
yeah. So you want to tell, or you want me to? Because I think it's a funny story. Doesn't matter
No,
to
go
me.
ahead.
Okay, so that this guy, and he was the one that did our big book study and blah blah blah. This
Mhm.
older guy was like 17 years sober when we got sober, right? I think
Right.
17,
Yeah.
sound right? Okay, ended up passing away. I mean, he was a good dude, had good shit, a lot of health problems, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, Straight up boozer for fucking
Yeah.
years, and then he was hanging around with this younger chick,
Yep.
and she was smoking crack all the time, and he could never understand what the deal was. He was just a
Mhm.
boozer and boozer,
Yep.
and then she's always saying, hey, if you want to try it, and he's like, nah, fuck that shit, whatever.
Right.
And then he says one night he sat down, and he's like, give me that. He goes, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna see what this
Right.
fucking thing is
Well,
all about.
his line was, "I'm paying for it anyway. Give
Oh,
me some."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then he goes, I lit it up and took one hit of it, and he's like, hello. And then he goes, I only picked up crack once, and he goes, I didn't put it down for 3 years.
Yep.
It was fucking hilarious. Again, if you want to laugh at somebody's crack problem, it was fucking hilarious.
Yep.
So same deal, like same kind of thing with Charlie Sheen. He ended up, he got a phone call from this, and some random individual. Apparently, she's dead now. She died when she was like 30 of an overdose.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not like famous actress or anything like that.
Right.
But apparently, he said that somebody that both he and C. Thomas Howell kind of had eyes for. I guess they dated her off and on, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So he gets a phone call from her, goes to pick her up, and this big dude, whatever. She's in a bad way at some place, and so he picks her up, takes her back to his place, and she pulls out and she starts, takes a hit of crack or whatever, and blah blah blah. So to this point, Charlie Sheen done coke, and he's done all this stuff like that,
Right.
but he's never done anything else, just booze
Mhm.
and coke. So same deal. She's like, hey, if you ever want to try it, I'm not forcing you, but He's like, he goes, maybe. And she's like, well, if you're going to try it, he goes, I'm going to make it worth your while you get your first hit. And then Charlie Sheen's, they're sitting in a diner doing this documentary.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do I explain what she did with a little bit of class? And you can hear the guy in the background. He's like, what? He's like, no. Oh, yeah. He goes, yeah, we're way beyond that. We're way beyond the class part so far. So Charlie Sheen's like, he's like, well, she's giving me a blowjob while I took my first hit of crack. So yeah, he's getting a fucking blowjob as he took his first hit of crack. And then that was a question after that. They're like, what do you think? How much do you think that decision cost you? And he said, in dollars over the years. He goes, God, 100 million.
Yep.
He goes, it cost, kind of if it cost me anything, it cost me 100 million. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So all this, and this was just, again, the first hour and a half, but he's going back and forth with all these different things. Oh, he shot up cocaine once. And he said that, same deal, I guess, just cooked it up the whole bit like he would heroin, I guess. And, fucking just shot it right up. And then he said within
I've done it.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah.
So he said like within minutes, he like knew something was wrong. He goes, he got up and then this was funny. He goes, I'm taking these like Joe Biden steps. He goes, trying to walk and got his bodyguard or whatever it was. And, he's like, he goes, you got to take me to the hospital. He goes, something's fucking wrong. So obviously I took him to the hospital, OD, Martin Sheen, everyone was trying to get him into rehab, blah, blah, blah. So he goes into rehab, and he's supposed to be judging this bikini contest or something like this in Malibu. And he writes down this thing to ladies, like he goes, lady at the check-in desk, and he goes, I'll be back tomorrow. He goes, but I need to go because he's there on his own now, He writes out this thing and he goes, if I don't come back, he goes, I will pay you $1 million if I'm not back by noon tomorrow, whatever it is. So lady's like, fuck it, man, I'm going to get $1 million, man. This fucker's never coming back.
Yeah.
He did. He showed up at like 11:30. He did. He went to the whole thing, got all fucked up, and then came back. Back to fucking rehab. But I mean, so far, I mean, it's just been interesting. I think you'd enjoy it. I haven't watched the last part yet. I've heard bits and pieces just because they were talking about it on the radio. But I'm really interested in listening to the book. But yeah. So I mean, so the whole thing with shooting cocaine like that, and I guess since you've done it before, so it's got to be a massive just jolt to the system, right to the bloodstreams to fuck you up right. I mean, I'm guessing
it's a nice rush.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Well, no. I mean, I'm trying to think. Did I ever just do straight coke? I mean, because I was shooting speedballs for a while. Yeah, so that was lovely. Yeah, the heroin and the coke together, it was beautiful. When I went into detox the first time, coming off of that, I remember the guy at the detox, right, the intake dude or whatever. He's all, "Oh yeah, that's like God comes down and kisses you on the forehead." I went, "Yeah, that's exactly what it's like."
Yeah, it was just I don't know. I think you said that. You've said that before, so I think you might have talked about that before. But yeah, I don't know. It just I don't know what it is with him compared to some of the other stories that maybe things I've listened to, but just the fact that he was just such a fucking train wreck, and
exactly. And well, I mean, I think for me, the cool thing about him is, I mean, he's really intelligent. He's really well spoken. He tells a wonderful story. He knows how to do that. So yeah, it's entertaining listening to him talk about that train wreck. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I won't make any promises. I might check it out at some point, but yeah, it's something I would definitely like to watch. I don't know if I ever will.
Right.
Because I'm too busy watching movies from the 1930s. That's reruns of Adam 12.
Right.
Yes.
No, and you know what? And the thing with this, and I know what your deal is with the TV watching and all that sort of stuff. But as I'm watching, I'm like, I know you don't have Netflix, but I'm like, I wonder if Chris does, because I literally, as I'm watching this first half, I'm like, I really think you would enjoy this.
Yeah,
probably more so than any of the other like books that I've read. Because I've listened to I mean, a lot of other stories already, of people that, talking about their addictions and stuff like that. The one that I paid for, but I thought it was narrated by him. There was a story on like a biography. It was a biography, not an autobiography, about Robert Downey Jr. So that's the one I wanted to hear.
Right.
And I started listening to it. And it's just some guy, and I'm like, motherfucker. Never listened to it because I'm like, what's the point? I want to hear the part of the reason I enjoy audiobooks is because it's the individual. You really get drawn into to the story,
Yeah,
by
right.
listening to the individual. Like, I mean, all the shit I've listened to, I don't think I would have wanted to listen to any of these books if they were not. I wouldn't have if they weren't narrated. So now I know where to look, because it says right on there, narrated by,
Right.
which I didn't see right away. But I don't know. Yeah, you're right though. He does. He's got a way.
Yeah.
And then, I'm looking at some of these, like back in the movies and these stories. I'm like, fuck, man. And I remember it because, again, we lived it. Not lived it, but
Yeah.
we lived during the time that all this stuff was happening. So,
Right.
I don't know. It's just it's interesting. So more to come. But yeah, Elise had sent me. I think Elise. It was Elise. It was a message from the Sober Curator on Facebook. So I posted that I downloaded that book. And then the Sober Curator commented, "Oh, write a book review." I haven't told Elise yet. The monthly meeting is tomorrow, so I'll tell her tomorrow. I'm like, I can't do a book review. I can't.
Right.
I don't have the. I'm just. Again, I know my limitations. I don't have the mental capacity to listen to books the way that I do. I can spit out some stuff on here.
Sure.
But some of the stuff just pops into my head to actually sit down and write a book review.
Yeah.
Now, if I knew if that was part of my job to do it, I would sit down, I would listen to the book, and I would make notes as I was doing it.
Right.
And I would put together probably a hell of a fucking review.
Sure.
But I know myself.
Yeah, it's not that you're not capable of it. You just don't fucking want to.
Well, in the way that I listen to it, I don't sit around here and listen to audiobooks. I listen to it while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And I can't make notes and stuff on something while I'm driving. So it doesn't fit the way that I listen to them. If it was an assignment, but no, I do not want to sit for 8 hours, which this book is 8.5 hours long.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to sit for 8 hours and make notes and then write a review on it. I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
So that part of it, you're right. You're right.
You want to shut them fucking dogs up?
Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know. I think. Hang on one second. You want? Okay, hold on one moment.
I asked for it. Anyway, Bill's gonna go and shut those goddamn dogs up. Oh. Notice my spider and my snake aren't making any noise at the moment.
Sometimes I just want to yell. I was trying so hard. Because I'm like, we're almost done.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, that was Tugger, and he's been the problem is not the problem. But Kathy took off today. Her and Cheryl went. They would hit the dunes and did everything. It's going to be a nice day. So two of them took off or whatever. But it's like the dogs know when something's out of the ordinary as far as the schedule part of things.
Sure.
And I mean, Kathy, I don't even know if she's home yet. I think she had to beg some lights are on outside. But she probably went and got something to eat or did whatever. So she's not in the house right now. And I'm sure that maybe she went out, and I'm like, maybe she was getting back. But no, he's just down there. He's like, I've been in the crate. I want to be out, and I'm going to eat. And I'm thinking, the fucker's got to stop in a minute, right? But I mean, he was barking for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah. I yelled downstairs, God damn it, knock it off.
Right.
And he did. He's quiet now. So all right. So that's stay tuned. There will be more on Charlie Sheen, but yes, I'm not gonna, no promises. I think you'd enjoy it, my friend Mike. Anyone out there, I think you would. If you enjoy a good fucking random train wreck story by a good storyteller. I'm glad you put it that way, because that is true. He's a good storyteller. He is. He is.
And he found the solution.
Yeah, he did. And it took him.
He was on Alan Cox probably a year and a half or so ago, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just talking. He was doing a little tour. They were showing Major League, and he was giving a little talk.
Oh,
so, yeah. So, he went on, and they were talking. Yeah. Again, just smart guy, and good storyteller, and good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So, I think I don't know. What do you think? We're done. We're over whatever time we have.
Right.
I think we're fucking done, right?
I believe we are.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to yet another episode of Sober Not Mature. Hey, as always, be kind to each other, be good to each other, go out and do something nice for somebody else this week, and don't tell anybody that you did it. Now, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul, from the beginning of time till the ends of the earth, always and eternally, fuck you. Now it's that time, kids. It is time. It's time for you to fuck off. Then keep fucking off. Keep fucking off till you get to a gate with a sign on it saying, you cannot fuck off past here. Climb over that gate. Dream the impossible dream and keep fucking off forever.
Slow and steady.
Yo, I had some points to make this week.
Yeah, you did. For the people in the back, listen the fuck up. Listen up. Listen up. So
don't sit in the back. Go sit up front.
Yeah, god damn it.
Get out of relapse row.
No, if I sit up in front, isn't that when all the words go over my head? I can't get it. So I can sit in the back where I can catch them. Is that what I heard?
Yeah. Rationalize and justify anything.
Yes. So I remember the reason I said that, somebody did say that at a meeting one time when somebody did that. But just real quick, and I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to try to gloat about it. But did you watch any of the Packer Lions game?
No.
Okay, I didn't know because you said you might have it on your phone. But the thing of it is, I wasn't.
Well, no, I turned it on. I went and got in the shower. I walked out and looked at it and went, whoops. And that was all I needed to see.
No, but here's the thing: the Lions, in my opinion, did not play badly. The Packers really just played that good. I was kind of fucking blown away by it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is this really? And then the same thing they played last night. And again, not a perfect game, but what you got to figure out is that Detroit and Washington, they're two of the premier NFC teams in the league. And they beat both of them, and I'm just like, God damn, really? So I'm more amazed than I am. Like, I'm not in really a gloating area. I'm just kind of amazed at how well shit kind of fell together.
All right.
The only thing though, Dan Campbell at the end of the game, he literally stomped onto the field. Which I'm like, come on, dude, I like you. Don't do that. Don't do that. But it's like a little kid, like stomp, shake, hug, stomp. And I'm like, that fucker's mad. He is fucking mad.
Nice.
But anyhow, okay, that's it. All right, brother. I love you.
All right. I love you too.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
And now it is time for you to fuck off. Then keep fucking off. Keep fucking off until you get to a gate with a sign on it saying you cannot fuck off past here. Climb over that gate. Dream the impossible dream. And keep fucking off forever.